morning, Empower Living Community, and we are back again. Naomi and Rami, thanks so much for jumping back in.
Thank you.
People just, you know, I told you that we've never really done anything in the Empower Living Community with NLP, and I told you our folks would just be going crazy for it, and they are. So thank you for coming back. But before we go any further, one of my favorite TV shows kind of growing up, and I'm going to show my age, in America was called Captain and Tennille. It was a couple, and the captain played the piano and Tennille was the singer, and she was amazing. But he always wore a cap. And when I first met you, Rami, I thought, oh my goodness, it's kind of like Captain Tennille. But you're always wearing like a plain T-shirt and a cap. So what's the story behind it?
All right. Yeah, unexpected. All right. So yeah, I believe that everyone should be everyone perform at his best in the way he's most comfortable with. And I feel that I'm most comfortable with just plain T-shirt, no gimmicks, no labels. No, it's not a billboard. It's just plain T-shirt. I like it vibrant. I'm joyful life and happiness. Vibrant colors, does it for me. I feel very comfortable in my own skin wearing that. I wear suits when we're at the party, Christmas party,
Yeah.
Yet I still feel the most comfortable, and I can, and it allows me to deliver my best in this way. Be just me, just be me. And my hat is for me, it's a symbol for humility. No matter how successful you are, no matter how smart you are, it reminds me to be humble. That is always, it all comes from the source, all comes from God above me.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. I knew there had to be a meaning. So it tells me you've got a little bit of an I personality in you on the disc thing there, because you've got C in you, but with the vibrant shirt, and I see a little bit of I in you, Rami.
I mean, if you take a magnifier glass, you'll find all four.
So when we talked last, so again, in the link in the comments, Rami and Naomi put together a program. At my request, I asked them, would you just put together an introduction to neurolinguistic programming, something that would show the power of NLP? And that's what they've done. So in the link below, if you want to learn, if you've never taken an NLP course, they've got an 8-week course, and it's interactive. So on every single one of the sessions, there's going to be a teaching. You're going to interact with the other people in the class. You're going to have direct access to Naomi and Rami. They're going to give you their very best. And I think what's most important is when you're done with that class, you're going to be able to take what you learned and immediately apply it in your life. And it'll be part of your life forever. I mean, once that's the beautiful thing about the principles of NLP is once you get it, it's yours forever. You've got it. And like anything, the more you practice it, the more dexterity you have with it, and the more integrated it becomes in everything you do. So I know you could study NLP for years, but I also know that in 8 weeks, you could walk away with just some fantastic tools. So in your course, you guys will be teaching the communication model, right? How the brain processes, how the brain gains access to information. You're going to talk about and teach kind of the prime directives, how we have this goal setting part of our mind, our conscious mind, and then the goal getter part, which is the subconscious mind, the doer part. You're going to talk about the sub modalities, switch patterns, and also kind of eye patterning. Just briefly, talk a little bit about eye patterning and what somebody who comes into the program, what are they going to learn? What is it about NLP and eye patterning? Give me a quick.
I would like the master training to explain it, but I just want to refine one thing. Is it's not just learning the submodalities, the I part, and because knowledge is free. Let me tell you, if you want to know, to find something, you want to learn something, just, Google it, YouTube it, and you can stay for hours and learn it. Knowledge is free. The difference is it's not head knowledge. It's an application, real application that you can use in your daily life. Every lesson you go through, you get better. Your life will become better and better. So it's not just the learning behind it, it's how you can utilize it in your life, in your business, in your relationship.
And believe it
Yeah, that's a good. I'm sorry.
And that's what, Paul? I'm curious.
Well, I was just going to say I think that's an important distinction because it's not content, it's context.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, that's differentiate also our programs is like we have also people, you mentioned people who never heard or heard a little bit, but we have many people that experienced it before and they still come to our classes to really know it now, like to really master it. So it's one thing, Rami said, to like learn it, and sometimes people learn it intensively, but we really want to make sure they experience it to a point where they can practice and master it. So it's become part of them. So it's not just like something you put in your drawer. So
right.
So back to the I access and cues. When you ask someone, for example, how did you choose to buy your beautiful shirt? Okay, before they answer you, they already go with their eyes to recall, and you just by looking at their eyes can see their strategy. By actually looking at their eyes, you can see if they went first to recalling visual, where they are looking for the tonality. There was certain voice said to them, hey, I need to buy it. What was, right? Like, was it feeling? Just by looking at them and think how much it can help you knowing those things, because your child, right? Or your teen or your partner, or in any case, right? They have a whole strategy and a whole process of how they process information. And imagine that you can see through them. And imagine that all of a sudden, when they look up, you ask them, what picture you just made in your mind? They look at you like a lizard, like a magician. It's like you can also, match yourself and mirror them just by, and they're like, how does you know that, right? Like, and it doesn't even suspect, because you do it so naturally, it become part of you, that when you repeat even the strategy in with the words, and they go, how does he know that? I didn't mention anything. I didn't verbally say or share anything. So it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's also about the I part. What I really love about it is that, everyone has his own preferred representational system.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
say that again. Say that again. Everybody has their own representative system. Yeah.
Representational system. For example, I hear you means that you perceive information better first through your auditory. I see what you means that first you perceive first the information through your eyes, right?
Visually.
I feel that it's right means that you first perceive the information through your feelings, emotions. Now, there is a way through I patterns cues to instant know what is your preferred representational system. And imagine knowing that in a sales process, for example, in negotiation, using the right words at the right time. What can it do for you as a sales in the sales process, right, or in the negotiation?
And more than that,
I remember.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I remember when I was taking this class, I didn't realize how quickly, somebody just it's so subtle. They look up and to the left or up and to the right or down into just that quick. They don't even know it's a subconscious access, right? They can't help doing it. They can't fake it. It's when they process information, how they access information, their eyes, it's a tell, right? I mean, if we were playing poker, it's a tell, isn't it?
It's a tell. And they also, as Naomi said, they run the whole strategy in briefs of seconds, like in less than a second. And knowing, be able to learn how to, to catch those cues, make a huge difference.
And if you want to model something else, if you want to model a new strategy, most people don't go to their eyes and practice it with their eyes too. And guess what? That's your unconscious mind. If you didn't program your unconscious mind to go to the right corners and turn it into automatic, then you miss so much. And then you have this, fight the struggle. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we said on the last week that, Rami, you were going to kind of take us through just a basic, simple exercise, I guess, just an exploratory tool to play with the sub modalities.
Yeah, it's a fun game. We, just to have a taste of what NLP can do in seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So we kind of will dive into it so we can better understand what's going on. So people, have the perceive the whole process and the feeling of what's going on. Yet you can do it really fast if you want. So you can apply it by yourself, to other people, and it's kind of a virtual go button that you can change your state in less than a second.
You're just shift your vibration, your energy state, which is so critical, right? I mean, so if you're going into a meeting, if you're being pulled over by the police officer to get a ticket, I mean, and we get anxious, how you can control your emotional state, right?
Right.
It's critical.
If you're presenting something, if you're a speaker, if you're running a seminar.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, most people still to this day go through negotiation or to interview with the state of mind of, I hope I'm not going to screw it up. And guess what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how important it is. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
So what I would ask is that if someone is watching it or listening to it and is driving.
So no driving.
Please, just listen, watch the recording and do it later on. All right.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it's a simple process, and we'll start by, Paul, can you think of a time where you were totally motivated?
Totally motivated.
I mean, totally motivated, like real power energy.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. When you think of it, is there a picture that comes up? Do you see a picture?
Yeah.
Cool. That's nice. Usually, as I said, we don't really get into content, but I'm sure that the audience will be more than they're curious. What is it, right? So can you share?
Yeah. So yeah. For me, it was when I decided that I was going to really get into kind of climbing the steps to get into shape, right? I was about 65 pounds overweight, and I started to work out, but then by, I guess, maybe a month or two in, it clicked for me. And it was like I was getting up earlier than my alarm clock because I wanted to get to the steps. You know what I mean? I started to get I bought a weight vest for the steps, right? I bought hand weights for the steps. I got certain iPods, earbuds, so I could listen to music in the steps. I got really into climbing steps, and I was motivated. I mean, it was pulling me more than, I no longer, wanted to do it. I kind of had to do it, right? I didn't have to do it. I wanted to do it, right?
Right. So as you're thinking of it, do you get the feeling again? Do you feel it in your body when you think about this moment?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right. So that's good. So why won't we call it adjust the sub modality so it will be even more powerful to you?
Okay.
So let me ask you a few questions about it. So when you think of this picture, how big is it? I'm sure if it's motivated, probably it's or a room size or.
Yeah. It's, I mean, I see my stairwell in my old building. And so it takes up the frame of my mind. Yeah.
A frame of your mind. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's do a few things about it. Okay. So, and I'm sure you have, is it colorful, right? The picture, is it colorful or black and white? Colorful, right? Should be, it's a motivating one. So why won't you just, think of that you have a panel in front of you, just make the picture bigger, use the slider of the size and make the picture bigger. Slightly bigger, from 1, 2, 3 to 5, 7, maybe. Just make it a little bit bigger. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I would like you to ask you now, are there any sounds involved?
Yeah.
Cool. And the sounds, like from which part they are coming through?
Yeah, they kind of, it's the echo of the stairwell, right? It's weird unless you've climbed steps a lot. There's a rhythm, there's a rhythmic sound in a stairwell.
Wonderful.
That happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And are you saying something to yourself?
I do. I do a mantra when I climb the steps. Yeah.
Wonderful. Are there any feelings involved?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. So do you see yourself in the picture, or you see it through your own eyes? Are you associated or de-associated?
Yeah. I'm associated in it. Yeah, I don't see myself doing it. I see myself.
So you're in the picture. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's you can open your eyes. So I
step out of the picture.
Yeah. So I assume that it's a good state to be in, having this picture in front of you. It's really motivating.
Yeah.
So here's the cool thing. That's the fun thing. Let's do something that it's really can amaze you. So in life we don't want to be overpowered all the time. The battery will run out of energy. So we want to be motivated at the wheel for a certain period of time.
We don't want to be hyper when we go to sleep.
So let's do that. Okay, so let's do that. Can you think again? Let's bring up the picture again.
Okay.
And this time I would like you to step out of the picture. Step out of the picture. So you stepping out of the picture, it means that you will see yourself in the picture, right? And what I would like you to do, I would like you to take the picture and now shrink it to a stamp size, make it black and white, and put it in your left top corner of your screen.
Far away from you.
Yeah. Now open your eyes. And please share how this feels for you.
It's disappointing a little bit. It definitely loses. When I was in the picture associated and you made it bigger, I could feel that rush that I have. You know what I mean? There's almost like a runner's high you get when you're working out. I could feel that. And as I stepped out of it and moved it further away and made it small and black and white, it was disappointing almost. Yeah. It's like the air going out of a balloon. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I can see it. I can see your skin tone, the color of your skin tone. I can see the muscles on your face. There is a huge difference. I could tell that from using the NLP technique.
It was demotivating.
It was. Yeah.
All right. So now
but the good thing is
let's do the third part of this exercise and All right. So let's bring up this small stamp picture or on your far left top corner of your screen, and it's black and white. Now, in a moment, I will ask you, not yet, in a moment, I will ask you to make this picture comes to you at 100 miles per second. Vroom, and become big, large, colorful, and you are associated in the picture again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 100 miles per hour. Zoom.
Yeah.
Step into the picture. Feel the feeling, hear what you hear, see what you see. And when you're ready, you can step out of the picture.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah.
Now, that's a a simple tool that anyone can use.
Yeah. What's interesting. What's interesting is that time I saw things that I didn't see the first time in the stairwell. Right. I like the edge of the steps, which is, and again, unless you climb steps, you don't understand the edge of the step. The face that is a really important part of the step, and it was really sharp. When it came to me, it was like bang, like right there, And I realized that that's the part, subconsciously I'm trying to hit, because if you don't hit it, you could trip, you could fall, you could twist your ankle, right? It breaks your cadence. That's like the most important step. And when I brought it to me, I focused like bang, it was right there. It was brilliant white and shiny, where normally it's scuffed up and beat up, So yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, everyone can apply these techniques and, to motivate themselves.
So is the context of this is that now I can have that state. And for me, it's like, I'm energized. There's like, I'm ready to go. When I'm getting ready to go to a meeting or on a call, I could pull this picture up and use that as an anchoring for my state, right?
Exactly.
Is that
absolutely?
And if the chocolate calls you from the counter or something, you can demotivate yourself not to go buy and share this chocolate, right? So you have the feeling of you're in charge, right? You can decide when do I want to shrink this picture and make it not as delight, right? Not as delight when it's in the wrong time to be delighted. Okay.
So I could also, because you directed me to pull up a time where I felt powerful. I would imagine that you could have me feel weak too. I would imagine if I were to pull up a weak image, right?
You can demotivate yourself. You can demotivate yourself when you know that it's something that is not good for you, right? If you're tempting to take this chocolate, okay, and you have this beautiful picture of this chocolate, you can easily send this picture far away from you as far as possible. Make it small and dark, right? You can do that. And guess what? You're not going to go pick up this chocolate.
Yeah. It interrupts that pattern for sure.
Right. So like the fact that you can do it. And of course, in the class, we teach like we automate it. So you don't even need to go with the picture, right? So it's like it's become,
how to access that part. Because that's the key for life, isn't it? Is that, we have all the resources necessary to create anything we want in our lives. It's how do we access those resources? And if you can't access those resources, well, then they're utterly worthless to you. And what this is teaching is how to access the resources you already have at will, I think is the powerful part. Yeah.
It will. And the same with the client. Let's say you have a client and he's sitting there demotivated. Okay. You can really quick, like bring him back to a good state. Okay. That all of a sudden is like, you can even, make a joke when he laughs. You can like go like that even at that second. Later in the negotiation, you would go, all of a sudden you were like, he doesn't know, right? But you were preconditioned, right? You preconditioned that like when you did like that, for him, it means good.
Yeah.
It feels good. So
Yeah, I would like to. I like to look at it as also. It's not only that you can access all the resources that you already have within you. You can access them to make a change. Be able to use them to make a change.
Yeah, it's funny because before the start of like every show, I usually say, welcome everybody to Empower Living, right? Cool. And I've anchored for myself years ago that when I'm getting ready, like, okay, it's one clap, let's go. So Holly and I are watching Caleb. We've got, a camera in their bedroom, the boys. And Caleb puts together this model with Legos, and he's done, and he stands up. And so Holly and I, that week, the rest of the week, we started watching that. And before and after, and obviously he's patterning right from me. And I do that. It's something that I've anchored myself to, like, get in state. I can remember back when I was in the cleaning, because I'd have to work all night. And sometimes I would be cleaning offices until maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm going to do a big carpet cleaning job in a restaurant before 6 o'clock in the morning. And you're dead tired. And I'd be like, let's go. And that would anchor my state. And so even today, when I start, Empower Living, good morning, right? It's just, and so this is a great, so look, for all of you guys who are watching, an introduction to the power of NLP. It's an 8-week course program. You're going to absolutely love it. You're going to love learning with Naomi and Rami. You're going to love them. And if you've been curious about NLP, but maybe you felt a little bit intimidated. Maybe you didn't, for me, it was, I wasn't smart enough. It sounded like, ooh, maybe you're not sure if it's, morally or ethically in alignment with you. Who you learn from matters, and you will have fun. You are in very good hands. I trust them completely. And click on the link below. Give yourself this gift of learning this technology. For some of you, you may want to go on all the way, and you might want to become a master practitioner and certified, and they can take you. The beautiful thing is they can take you as far as you want to go. But if you want to just kind of get into the pool and really begin to learn these strategies, the communication model, the prime directive model, the switch patterns, the I patterns. This is a great start.
Much more,
of course. And like I think, like Rami said, it's not just learning it. In every one of the classes, what they just shared is what you'll be doing in the class. You'll be actually practicing the technique in real time, debriefing that. What did you learn? And everybody you're going to be going through is part of the EL community. So you're going to be learning with fun people. Naomi and Rami, thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much
for this. I just love you guys. I love working with you. I'm so glad that you guys. I knew there was a reason why I didn't bring anybody else in for NLP for this community. It was meant for you guys to do. So thank you guys so much. God bless. Be well, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Be well.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.